Hello, my name is Julie Stubbs, and this is my YouTube channel, Stitching with Julie. I'm so glad you joined me today. I'm coming from a different place. My husband and I are down in Playa del Carmen, Mexico for 6 weeks, having a wonderful time down here, soaking up the sun. The warm, where we're leaving, we left our house where there had been 10 inches of snow in one day. We're just really glad to be here. So I've gotten a little bit of sun. We've actually been to the beach once, and to the roof. We have a pool in the building we're in, and we've actually been out in the sun twice. So my skin kind of tans nicely, and we don't stay out for very long. I might do 20 minutes one side, 20 minutes on the other, and then I'm in the shade reading a book or doing something else. And so anyway, we're having fun down here. We're really excited. We have our youngest son and his wife and grandson. They are currently flying. They're going to be here in a couple hours. They're going to be here for 6 days. We are so ecstatic to take a grandchild to the beach, let him play in the sand. And he's really clear, he's not going in the ocean with the sharks, but there's no sharks here. So anyway, we're having an enjoyable time and we're loving it. I have gotten quite a bit of stitching done. My plans were to get more done than I've actually gotten done, but I am okay with it. I'm just gonna go with what I can do, and I accept that what I can do is all I can do. So last time I met with you, we were getting ready. It was just before the end of the year, and I told you I was going to be doing the 12 by 12. That was going to be headed up by Kia B and also Pam from Pam and Steph Just Keep Stitching. And I did do that. I did new starts, and so I'm going to explain first why I did the pieces and why I chose the pieces I did. So I kind of made my plans for the whole year. I'm planning on doing new starts for birthdays and holidays. So that's how I'm going to get my new starts in, because I like having new starts. But I do have over 100 whips. So it's silly, I should not be starting new things. But I really like to start things anyway, but I also want to finish things. So I kind of planned out my year, planned what my focus pieces were going to be, and there's some different, some are yearly and some are monthly. They change monthly. And I'm doing whip go. I have quite a few boards, as a matter of fact, and when I filled out the boards, I really wanted to do a board that was like an ornament board, but I already had too many boards, so I decided not to do that. And then I was just kind of sad because I didn't know where to put the small things, like lots of Priscilla and Chelsea's tiered tray tidbits or their Dapper Doodads. I always want to be doing seasonal things for that. So the way I decided to fit it in is, and I'll explain this more when those times come, but I did Mania in May in 2019, and I think I did 31 new starts, maybe even 32. I think I have like 12 spaces open for there. So I'm going to put some of those new starts for the smalls from Priscilla and Chelsea there. And the same thing for Jolly July. I think I have 10 openings in July that I can put some of their things in. And anytime there's something, I'll probably put some of those into my March Madness, and I kind of do my own version. I think I mentioned that last time, and I'll explain that more as it gets closer. So, but when I heard about the 12 by 12, I thought this is a great time for me to add, this is a great opportunity for me to add those little projects in. So first thing I'm going to show you is the things I did for the 12 by 12 on Christmas Eve, on New Year's Eve. Now, I knew on New Year's Eve, my husband and I were actually going to be working in my garage, which we needed to. We've been doing all this construction and stuff, and my car's been out in the driveway for 2.5 months. And I'm so glad we did, because we cleaned the garage we spent several hours on Saturday afternoon on New Year's Eve, and the next day is when we got 10 inches of snow. So I'm so grateful my car was not out in the snow. So I knew I would not have those afternoon hours, because I knew that's when we were planning on being out there. We were trying to be out there the warmest part of the day. And so I actually started mine, what worked for me, the day before that. And I just thought, I'm gonna sit and stitch, and I'm just gonna set a timer for 1 hour and go from there. And it actually worked really well for me, because I think if I had done 12 hours straight in a row, it would have been really hard between meals, bathroom breaks, getting things pulled out and put away. And so for me, I wanted to do the 12 hours, but I needed to break it up in what worked for my mind. And my mind is, I needed an hour here and an hour, I needed my hours. So I started the day before New Year's Eve, and I'm going to show you some of the things that I did. So I had shown you last time that I finished Lady Claus, and I don't have her with me here, but I just know I loved that. I loved stitching that in December. It went so quick. So I told myself I'm definitely gonna do, because I had these, I had these from the year before, and I hadn't started them. So this is Santa Baby, and it's done on this same aqua fabric that Lady Claus was on. And so I did this. So this is what I got done in 1 hour. I actually don't even know the direction this is. I think it goes this way. I think this is, if I put this up here, you might be able to see. I think I started on this side of his face. Yeah, so that's his left cheek, his right cheek, but our left cheek facing him. So I just got some of the face done right there. But it's so cute, and I can't wait to keep working on this. This is just a fun, they just look so cute on this green fabric. I love it. So that was my first hour that I did. And if these aren't finished by the next year, then I will do them in the same hour that I did them this year. But I'm hoping these are all done before then, really, truly, so I can start new things next time. So that was the first thing I did, was the Santa Baby. And then the other one I did, which is the other kit that they had, again, done on this, sorry for the reflection. This is Oh Dear, done on this same fabric. So let me show you where I got on here. Okay, so I'm just going up the neck. I don't know if you can see there. I'm just kind of coming up his neck. Let me put this behind, maybe you could see that a little better. So I got started on that, and this is coming out underneath his chin over here. So again, I was thrilled with what I got done in an hour. And I know that, I mean, some people may not have gotten that much actual time on a project because I did it my way, but that's just what worked for me. So those were my first two projects that I knew were going to be the first two things I did for 12 by 12. And then the rest of the 10 are all things I was doing that are Priscilla and Chelsea's little different things. So I am going to show those to you, and I got to kind of keep them in order a little bit here. So this first one I'm going to show you, and I'm going to make sure I put them the right direction. I wonder if I have something I can put behind it. So the first one I did is called Valentine Lane, and I'm going to actually show you the picture from my iPad so you know what it looks like. Sorry, you're really going to get reflections on here. So this is Valentine Lane by Priscilla and Chelsea. This is a tier tray tidbit, and this is as far as I got. Yeah, I really need something back behind this. I'm not at home where I have all my stuff, so it's kind of like whatever I've got is what I've got. So I'm going to put my calendar. I'm going to put my calendar up here to hold it. Okay, so that's as far as I got on Valentine Lane, but it was great. Oh, hey, that's the back. You probably want to see the front. Sorry, I don't have my glasses on. Here's the front of Valentine Lane. So again, I was going for an hour. So there might be a teeny bit more stitches than maybe others got, but that's just because I was pushing for more. Okay, so I'm gonna put these in, I have them in a special order. So the next one was Be My Valentine. This is what that one looked like. A little cute one right there. And this is how much I got done. So what's interesting is the white I'm using. I'm actually using chalk. I love chalk by, I think it's Gentle Arts actually. let me look, because I hate to say the wrong thing. Yeah, it is Gentle Arts. I love their chalk. So I know Priscilla has used different ones. She's used Tea and Biscuit. She's used 12 grain. She's used a lot of different ones from Classic Colorworks. I just like when I use the black, I really want it to show up. And all of these are done on just 14 count black Aida. I didn't do anything special. It's I want them the same size as what they've done, even though they do 28 count. I wanted it to at least be the same size so I can plan, so I can plan for my finishes, because I have a lot of the same finishing pieces that they have, and so I want to do it that way. So there's that one, which is Be My Valentine. Let me put that away. And then the next one is called Key to My Heart. And that picture, let me get to it, is this. Key to My Heart. Oh gosh, I hope you can see that. There is quite a bit of reflection. I'll get it a little closer. So Key to My Heart. And here is my start on it. Simple and cute. But I will tell you, as I was going through all these, I think I went through an entire skein of the chalk and the licorice red. I was going through the floss. So I had to make another trip to my local store so I could get more things. Okay, and then the next one I did is called Follow Your Heart. Let's see if you guys can see that one. I'll get it where you can see just the piece, not the whole picture. So Follow Your Heart, and I got this much done. So these are not pieces that would take a very long time. If I were to sit and just work on them, I could just get these done quickly. The way I decided what I was going to work on was, and this happened last year. We were out of town in January and part of February, so I did not decorate my home for winter like I always do in January, because we weren't there last year and we're not there this year. And then we get home after Valentine's Day. So I'm really bummed that I don't get to decorate for Valentine's Day, but that's okay. So that's what kind of directed me in picking the pieces I picked. I wanted to get some Valentine's done, even though I'm gonna get home after the fact. If I get them done down here, that might be fun. And then I just kind of moved in and was looking at some of the other holidays. I did do this next one is actually an Easter one. It's Bunny Parade. You can see the cute little card, the bunnies and the carrots, so cute. And I got a good part of that truck done. So just getting started on stuff. But there's a good start on each one, that these could be just taken with me, a little bit. So there was that Easter one, and then I went straight into like St. Patrick's Day themes. So this one is called Top of the Morning, Tier Tray Tidbit, and this is how much I got done. I worked on the part that would show the most significance, so I can tell the pieces apart from the Valentine ones to the the St. Patrick Day ones. So that one's Top of the Morning. And then the next one is called Shamrock Farm. And it has this white truck and some cute, I don't know what those white things are. They might be, they're probably those like dandelion things that you make a wish on, or I don't know, maybe that have gone to seed. And that's how much I got done on that. So I don't know, it was kind of fun doing things for different seasons on New Year's Eve. So I'm already into now New Year's Eve, because I only worked on like 3 or 4 things the day before New Year's Eve, and the rest I did on New Year's Eve. So this next one I did is Luck of the Irish. Tier Tray Tidbit. And this is as much as I got done on that one. So it just kind of helped me focus, like even one color. Some of them I was able to get to 2 colors, but some I only got 1 color. So those are my shamrock ones. And then after that, I kind of started going into spring. So the next two are actually Dapper Doodads. I really wanted to start this So Very Sweet. I love this. I love this so much. And this is how much I got done, which I thought that was a pretty big deal. You know, to get like a whole word done, that was awesome. So Very Sweet was my 11th piece. And then my final piece is called Strawberry Picking. That's the one I'm doing. Strawberry Picking, Dapper Doodad. And I got the outline of the front part of the car and that basket done. So I thought that was really good too. I was very satisfied with doing it. Now, I saw that other people were posting. I never posted a single thing. I need to be better about that, but honestly, I was so enjoying just working on these different things that I didn't even attempt to post anything. And maybe I should have, since I was not doing it in the straight 12 hours. So, and that's okay. So then that brings me into this year. So my new year, new start, and this might glare, so I'm gonna take it out. My new year, new start, which I was really excited about, is Winter Garden. And I was excited to start this. I was waiting for New Year's to start this on New Year's. So here's Winter Garden. It's by Hello from Liz Matthews. There's a lot of people doing it. I know there's hashtags and a whole bunch of other things going on out there. So this is my start. I worked on it, I think only twice, but I kind of started in the center because I wanted to make sure I fit into my fabric right. And I went around and I kind of did a thing in the corner so I knew what was my top left. So this fabric's folded, but and you can see my hoop mark, sorry. But I've come across the top left, I've come down the left side and I'm coming over. So I'm really hoping it matches up. I have had sometimes some squares because this is on, which I'm gonna tell you, this is on 32 count vintage smoky white Belfast linen. So I had two other pieces. I've somehow got off on my counting. So, and I got off on smaller little squares that I was coming around to meet and they didn't meet up. So I thought I'm just gonna work on this border because I need to know if this is gonna match up before I dare start anything on the inside. So that was my New Year's new start, okay? And then, let me look at my calendar and see if I can even got my glasses. Okay, another item I started, I'm trying to do Bringo, which is with the Cross Stitch Magazine Challenge group. And I mean, I love it because I have a lot of magazines and I don't do anything really from them, a couple things. So I went through and picked some out of several magazines that I really liked, and then I'm doing them for Bringo as that number's called. So I think they have called, well, today's the 15th, so they've called 15 of the 25, and I only have 7 finished, and I don't have a bingo yet, and that's okay. I have more to do, but I was really focusing on my focus piece these last several days. I know once I pull out these pieces and get 100 stitches, that's easy. So this is from, I probably should use my glasses and read this. This is from the December issue of Just Cross Stitch magazine, and it is called Give Thanks. Now I just made a copy of this and the pattern, 2 pages, because I was really worried about weight coming down here. So I thought I don't need to bring a whole magazine if I can just copy the 2 pages. So you can see the colors I've marked off that I've done and my notes. So this is actually on a 30 count Portobello linen, okay? And it's called Give Thanks. And I'll show you where I'm at. This is the bottom here. I'm gonna put this behind so you can see. So it's this cornucopia that goes up, and I've been getting some of these, like there's an eggplant, and I've gotten some tomatoes, and I'm working on some of there's wheat going out there. So this isn't so bad. I've worked on this several times, and it's coming together quickly. So how nice to have a piece that I could have totally ready for Thanksgiving. So that'll be nice. It's on my Bringo board a couple more times. So I'm not pulling it out because I want to do it when it gets called again. So I'm only pulling that out as I need to, but I think it's on my board like 3 more times. So that's actually good. And then the other thing I started, I started these both on the 1st. I started my winter garden. I started because that was the first one called. I started the give thanks and for Bringo. And then I started one other thing, which is not on the Bringo board because it's not from a magazine and not everything has to be from a magazine, but I signed up for Cross Stitch Studios 2023 Mystery Sal. I think I mentioned it before. And this is a doozy. I mean, this is a doozy. So today is the 15th, January 15th, and they were supposed to release the patterns on the 1st and the 15th. Well, they released the first page, like I think on Christmas. And they released the second page 2 days ago. So lucky for everyone. There's people who had finished and were already moving on. And I saw someone today who's only has the bottom right corner of page 2 to do, and I cannot believe how fast people are going. When I'm at home, I have this in a really big Q-snap. When I'm at home, this props on the arm of my chair, and I can do it two-handed, which is so fantastic. I don't have any arms here on any furniture, so I'm actually putting this I'm putting it actually on my stand, but it's so big, it's not really meant to be, I think it's meant to hold smaller Q snaps, not this big. But I'm gonna show you where I'm at. Let me put this book behind, or my calendar behind so you can see it better. So it's been fun watching people. And if you can see my lines that I put in with the marker, I use, let me see if I can hold this up there or not, maybe not. I use this marker by, let me see who it's by. This is just a Clover Air Erasable marker. I want to tell you guys, I have drawn these lines on 15 times. This is what I worked on the plane ride down. And you know, I was kind of warm, so I had my air blowing on me. It just kept drying it up. I'd keep redoing it on the plane. I've had to do it here several times. This is from when I was stitching last night. I did stitch this morning, but I could see enough. So I did 2 colors and had done so much of it. So now I did a 3rd color this morning. So it seems like it's almost finished, not quite. I'll get it a little closer so you can see. There are some letters right there. If you are familiar with Cross Stitch Studio, they have it's like they have stationary background, and then they'll have a focus item. And this year's theme is called Into the Garden, Sal, and so it's gonna be flowers. And I know on page 2 you get to get into some pinks, and people are really excited because this has been a lot of yellow. That's 3 colors I've done, and I still have 10 more to go. Now they're gonna be less and less because the bulk of it was those first 2 colors I picked, which was not planned. I just picked a color and went with it. So anyway, that was my other start on New Year's Day. So, and it's coming along. I'm hoping the next time you see it, that page is finished and I'm on to page 2, which would be lovely. I am trying to stay on top of that. So, okay, and then moving on, the next start I had, so I had some things planned to do for birthdays. And the first birthday I had was for a son-in-law. His birthday was January 9th. My son-in-law Jared, so happy birthday, Jared. I talked to him the night before we left because we were flying out on the 9th. And so wished him a happy birthday. And the piece I was doing, I wanted to stitch on his birthday. You know, the pieces don't necessarily have to remind me of the person, but this one kind of did. This one is called Bright Ideas. It's also from a magazine, and Jared's a smart person, so I thought, okay, I'm gonna do this. So this is actually from the Cross Stitcher magazine. It's a digital, and this is what I'm making is this Biscornu, this big one right here. This is what I wanted to make. And I'm super excited, and I just love those colors. Gosh, I love those colors. So I have started it. And let me put something up to hold it. I'll put this up. So this is how much I've gotten done. Again, I marked it so I knew what my top left corner was, because I would be that person who would turn it and not know that I turned it. And it's going to be very similar. So I've already gone over the halfway point. So on both here, this orange here and this orange crosses the halfway point. So it's not even going to be very big. This is something, and I actually keep it in this, oh, I just spilled all my stuff. I actually keep it in this little floss keeper that I got from Barbara John's. And so I just keep my stuff in here, but this folds up. So this is something that I could, if we go up to the pool and I've had enough sun, there's some places to sit that are shaded, and I could just sit on these chairs and just, this is all I have to take, and a pair of scissors and my glasses, and I can sit there and stitch. So this is something I'm looking forward to actually finishing this month. I want to finish that while I'm down here and in the month of January. So I did start that because it got called for Bringo, and I actually started it on the 2nd, but I wasn't going to work on it to the 9th, but because it got called, I just went ahead and did it. But that was for his birthday, for a January 9th start. Then the next one I started is, again, another one from a magazine, from that same magazine. And I needed, I picked this up because I liked it, but there was, anyway, it is called Eat, Drink, and Be Merry. And they are these little cutlery holders, also from the Cross Stitcher magazine. And I want to say it's all January. This is all January's issue. I have February's issue, but I'd already picked and planned and kitted everything up before I left, so I didn't have time to do anything else. So, and I am starting on this one with the trees and the little cabin. This is the one I started on. So not a ton, but you can see it. And I thought, okay, this is just like it's just 14 count Aida, but it's also like a cream, you know, it's probably a DMC color for some sort of cream. But anyway, I can actually fit 4 on this fabric that I have. So anyway, that's my start. Those cute little trees. It's also small enough, and I keep everything in one of my little Lori Holt bags. So that's, again, something I can just take with me to the pool, or, you know, I haven't taken anything. I only went to the beach once, and I usually don't take something like this down to the beach because I'd be worried about wind, getting dirty, my hands, sand, whatnot. So, okay. And then the next thing I worked on, and I worked on all of these, you know, different times for different calls for the Bringo board, but I also had something else, but it's a finish. So I'm going to show you that in a second. So then the next one I worked on that was new is also from a magazine, from that same magazine. And this one is called In a Flurry. And it has those 4 cute little things. And I'm starting this one up in this side. It has little bunnies on it. I'm going to try to get it closer so you can see the bunnies. So that's the one I'm starting. And it's like in a snow globe. They're all like in snow globes. So let me put this up with something behind. So I've got like a good part of the base of the snow globe done, which is awesome. It's so cute. It was cute coming together too. So there's 4 in that set, and that's going to be fun to work on. Again, it's in a small little bag that a friend made. Now, this is in a flurry, like a Christmas winter scene, but I was looking for small bags when I came down here, so I actually have it in a Halloween bag my friend Kimberly made me. I used to work with her, and she works at the quilt shop that I go to all the time. So Kimberly made this for me, and it's super cute. And so this is, but it fit this project nicely and small. So anyway, doesn't match the theme, but that's okay. So then that was the next start I did. And then the next thing I want to show you is that I continued working on January month to month. Now, all of these I have been trying to get done before the first day of the month they're supposed to be displayed, but I knew I was not setting up my winter stuff. I could have finished this on New Year's Eve, but I did the 12 by 12. So I brought it down here, and it was not a big deal for me to finish it down here. So I'm actually gonna use this to put it up on. So I got the main piece finished. Here's the main piece. So cute. Priscilla and Chelsea, I just love all their stuff. So there's the main piece. And then I have the small piece here someplace. And there's the small piece. So I have the February with me. I'm gonna get started on it. Again, there's no way to display it for me. I'm not even gonna be home for Valentine's Day, but I'm still gonna work on it and try to get it done if I can, even this month or before I get home. That's my goals, before I get home, because we get home after Valentine's Day, and so because of that, there's no reason to put too much pressure on me, because I can't even, I'm sure March is there, or when they ship it, I'm not even gonna get it till I get home. So, but that is everything I have. Now I have so many more things I have brought. I almost brought my sewing machine and several things, and then my son asked for some burp cloths that are crocheted around. So I bought a bunch of burp cloths and some couple receiving blankets. So I figure that I'm gonna do, and that I'm okay to take a burp cloth to the beach as well. That one I wouldn't mind if that was out there. So I brought those instead, and I figured, hey, and I also told my husband, when it rains, that's when I was gonna stay in and sew. And it only rained one night since we've been here, and it only rained when we were out walking. We kind of got stuck in the rain for about 20 minutes, which it felt good, it felt nice. So it wasn't a big deal. We don't freeze here in the rain. So, so I decided last minute not to bring any sewing things. Now I do have some English paper piecing things, so I'm hoping in my next video I will show you some of the English paper piecing I've been working on. I brought it and prepped a bunch of stuff for that, several projects. And I also have brought some embroidery that I would love to show, you know, just to change up. I thought I would change up everything I did every day, you know, but the thing is I'm already kind of getting behind on my cross stitching goals, and I want to meet those goals, but I'd hate for me to get the whole month by of January working on those goals and never touching these other things I brought. So we brought 7 suitcases down with us. Now we brought a bunch of food, so that'll be consumed, so that won't go back. But I brought a ton of cross stitching with me, like probably 40 projects. I don't need 40. I could just work on this alone and a couple other things and I'd be fine. But no, I brought it because I like variety. I like to change up what I'm in the mood for, and when something's called. So I have several Gringo numbers I can be working on, but because, you know, I'm waiting for me to feel in the mood. So then when I pulled out that whip, I might do 1 or 2 days worth at a time, and that's okay. So I'm not stressed about getting that done. So, but anyway, we're having fun. I'm gonna try to add some pictures at the tail end of the video. I took one from the beach the other day, and I'll take some from our rooftop where the pool is. And then you can see the ocean. So where Playa del Carmen sits, we're about 45 minutes south of Cancun. And so it's really neat to see the sunrise in the east. Where I live in Utah, I have mountains on both sides of me. So the sun comes up over the mountain in the east, but it's over a mountain, and it goes down over a mountain. So, you know, if we ever go to the West Coast, we always want to watch the sunset. And here, many times on previous trips, we have gone down and have sat on the beach and have watched the sunrise, and it's super cool. It's just a neat experience, and it just helps you feel like part of nature. So where we stay, we're about, there are blocks here, their streets are like, they go from 5, 10, 15, 20. So we're on 25th. We're on 25th, so that puts us like 5 blocks from the beach. So we can walk in just a few minutes, because they're very small blocks. They're really small blocks. But we also are a little bit more in the heart of the downtown district area, so we can walk to everything. We can walk to the beach, we can walk to tons of restaurants, We're far enough away from all the noisy restaurants that are closer to the beach, so we don't hear the music that's going off till 2:30 in the morning. We're really close to a Walmart. There's a store here called Mega that we love to go to, and then they have lots of different fruit stands that we can go get fresh, perishable food that we just love because we have a kitchen and we can cook here. But we do like going out to the restaurants we really love as well. So we have friends down here. We've gone out with them several times with one set of friends and another set of friends. It's been fun to see them, and so we're having a great time. And we will continue to have a good time. So I'm hoping I can do a little more frequent videos because I'm hoping I have stuff to show you. It just depends on what happens. So anyway, hopefully I can get those pictures. I'll put some pictures up at the end, and you can enjoy Mexico with me. So excited to be here, excited to see you guys. Thank you for watching. I appreciate the likes and subscribes. And I do have to apologize on my last video. I don't know, somehow I loaded it where it was like for children, so no one could leave a comment. And I kept thinking, wow, not one person's commented. And I didn't even connect that maybe I had hit a button or done something wrong when I loaded it. And then Lori Holt called me and said, Julie, you know I can't leave a comment. So I fixed it. So I do apologize for that. Still a newbie. I'm gonna try to master the description box down below, so I am gonna try to do that, and then also including any hashtags for some of these sales that are going on. So, which is the Winter Garden has a sale, and the mystery sale I'm doing with Cross Stitch Studio, and then of course all the things with Priscilla and Chelsea. So super love my hobby. I love it, makes me very happy and brings me lots of joy. So hope you guys all have a great day. Stay safe, stay warm wherever you are if it's cold, and cool if you're someplace where it's hot. So thank you so much and have a good day.